Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Tuesday edition of the JP Peterson Show. We are so glad to have you in here. Our trusted commenters and fans are already in there discussing and arguing with someone who has been sent into our chat to screw things up. Welcome, Thomas Ritter. Yeah, great content for today. So I appreciate you jumping in here. Who put you up to this? Could you please go ahead and tell me who's paying you or who put you up to this?
I think he's a
Someone
plant
in Orlando? Oh, 100%. 100% he's a plant. Someone put him up to this. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So that'd be fun. We'll deal with you in little Orlando. Oh, little Orlando. And Orlando's trying to peep their head up again. Good for them.
It's unfortunate.
The mouse is squeaking around.
We don't have any models in the United States that have shown that a city can support an MLB team and an NFL team at the same time.
I know. God, I wonder if there's any that are even housed next to each other in a stadium complex like that.
It's impossible.
That would be crazy. That would be no way you could do that.
It's impossible.
Oh, wait a minute. Hello, Philadelphia. Hello, Kansas City. Although Kansas City is now, after 60 years, going to change that model. But whatever. That's okay. Come on in, Thomas Ritter. We see you. We see you. Oh, yeah. Orlando's got lots of money. You know what you don't have? You don't have an owner. You don't have land in your tourist area that will support an entertainment district. And by the way, if you build an entertainment district, they already have a bunch of them there.
Mm-hmm.
They're called theme parks. You think Walt Disney World wants a baseball team there? No. So guess what? Guess who runs Orlando? The mouse. End of story. But okay, Ritter, we'll entertain you today. Absolutely. We'll have fun with you.
JP, it just makes sense.
Oh, it just makes sense. Yeah, we got all these tourist dollars and we need a baseball team. Yeah, I know you'd love one because it brings people over. No question about it. But we got the inside track, and unless we screw this thing up, and it's funny. It's as we get closer and closer to this deal getting done, the people are coming out of the woodworks, like Thomas Ritter, who's probably works for Morgan & Morgan. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't even read his. I just read a couple of them in there. And by the way, guys, you don't have to respond to them. You don't have to respond to them. It just takes up our comment area. Just let him be. Just stop arguing with him. You're not going to change his mind. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So we'll dig in. But we got lots of other stuff to get to today. We got Rays baseball. Who's the best team in the American League, Timmy? Who has the best record in the American League? That would be my Tampa Bay Rays. Shit show. That's Orlando.
Not anymore.
Shit show. We are the hit show. Actually, we're not. We're kind of the Punch and Judy show, but I love it. I love it.
Show.
Yeah, I don't care what it. You know what it adds up to? W's, baby. Lots of W's. Lots of W's.
Tampa Bay Rays are so good right now and so interesting right now. They're getting airtime in Dallas on Dallas radio. Just because they're fun to watch.
Explain.
They're fun to watch. And we got guys here talking about, because the Rangers, while we have all the pitching right now, by the way, pitching staff has allowed one run in 29 innings and lost one of those games. Because we can't get any offense right now. So while we all love baseball, let's go talk about a team that's not the Rangers that's being successful right now. Well, we're not going to talk about the Yankees. That's for damn sure. Not here.
Yeah.
So it's the Rays. The only other good team in the American League is the Rays. So they're getting airtime here in Dallas because of the way they're playing.
Well, you know, what's great is they are changing baseball. You know, and Big O will be in here at the end of the show, and then we're going to do a Big O show here today. By the way, Ken Erickson, softball savant, head coach at USF, got USF Lady Bulls. I can't say Lady Bulls anymore. Why can't we say that? I don't understand. It was always so easy to do.
Is that not what they're called anymore?
No, you can't say Lady Bulls, Lady Knowles. You can't. I don't know why, but
Becker's still Raiders. Like they're still the Lady Red Raiders. We have the Lady Aggies. I mean,
I don't know. I think somebody. I don't know. Whatever. I can't keep up with all of it. To be quite honest, I'll just say Lady Bulls. The Bulls are going to Fayetteville, Arkansas for the regional. I think I got a good chance to win that too. Every time they've gone to regionals, I think it's all been Tallahassee and Gainesville, so they finally get to go out of state. But anyway, Ken Erickson will join us at 12:15, which will be after this show, but that's when we're going to start the Big O show with Ken Erickson at 12:15. So we'll talk some softball with him and all kinds of great stuff. He's a great dude. Hall of Famer, local Tampa Sports Club Hall of Famer. So we'll do that at 12:15, but we'll also talk lots of Rays with Orestes when he gets in here. Probably around 11:30, 11:45. So we'll do that. But we're going to hit Rays here right at the top of the show. We're going to do some Bucks today as well. I'm going to get into Lightning, but we got lots of kind of breaking news to get to discuss. But before we talk stadium, I want to talk Rays on the field, Timmy. And, the reason people are talking about them, because this is fun baseball. This is, for a lot of you, if you're under 30, maybe even under 40, you don't remember baseball like this. You don't remember small ball. And it's glorious. It's glorious baseball. A lot of us played it growing up because the fundamentals of the game, bunting, moving runners over, stealing bags, speed, a defense, athleticism. That's the way I grew up playing the ball. Not that I had any speed or athleticism, but I could bunt and I could hit. But that's the way the game was played, the finer arts of the game. And then it kind of morphed into, and I'll blame Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire and all the kind of morphed into this, beast ball of you got to throw 100 and you got to hit it 500. That's baseball. That's not baseball. That is not the game the way it's meant to be played. This is what the Rays are doing is the way the game was meant to be played. And when I'm going to talk about Chandler Simpson, not only as an incredible player who, by the way, we were way out front of this last year. We've been way out front of this because I saw in him last year such a unique player that can be transformative. And I'm going to play a little bit of social Jackie Robinson card here too. There's probably going to be, as he continues on this pathway, there's going to be a lot of young inner city black kids that watch Chandler Simpson play baseball and go, I can do that. I can do that. And because I'm fast. I love playing baseball. And look at that. Yeah, look at that guy. That's fun. That looks like fun. Baseball to a lot of inner city black kids is boring. It's been boring. And I get it. And the game has been boring for a long time. What they've done to the game of baseball, I was watching this last night, and I was just like, this is, like you said, this is entertaining to watch. Mm-hmm. People forget what baseball can actually be like with great athletes like Chandler Simpson, who we've had a long time. We've tried to get inner city kids into this game. This guy will get inner city kids into the game and watching the way he plays the game because it's exciting as hell. And last night he produced a run that was it's just insane. It reminded me of Ricky Henderson and Vince Coleman and the great leadoff hitters of yesteryear. And so he chops one to the first baseman who makes a nice play. And he and Gossman was pitching. Gossman gets off the mound quickly. The first baseman is smooth as can be. Vladdy with a nice pickup and an underhand toss perfectly in stride to Gossman. Still got no chance. No chance to get him at first base. So now he's on first base. And by the way, this is when it started with 2 strikes and 2 outs. This all started with 2 strikes and 2 outs. You're a strike away from getting out of this inning. So now he's on first base, and he's got a lead. And Gossman, who, by the way, got his 2000th strikeout last night. Congrats. But is as seasoned a pitcher as you can get. This is not a guy that should be rattled. What happened? Made him balk. Twitched 3 times. And not only is he stealing bases, legging out infield hits, playing great defense, and now he's playing umpire because he had to tell the umpire that's a ball. And he was 100% right. He was 100% right. So he gets the second on the balk. Well, actually, it was a third disengagement, however you want to talk about it. But he gets the second base on the balk. So then, after another pitch, he takes off for third. You don't steal third with 2 outs, especially with an RBI guy at the bat, unless you're Chandler Simpson, right? So he steals third, and it forces the catcher, Val's way, to throw the ball into left field and scores. I mean, you want to talk about single-handedly manufacturing a run? Now, listen, to me, that's way more exciting than a 450-foot home run. Way more exciting. That's a lot of baseball. That's a lot of stuff going on. That's entertaining as hell. And not to mention, he's the most wonderful young man that you'll ever meet. And I got a chance to meet him for about 30 seconds at the Lightning game. And just as nice a young man. I've seen a bunch of his interviews. Obviously, we're going to have him on the show. Fantastic young kid. I could not be more excited for this young man and more excited for Tampa Bay Rays baseball because it is really, really, really fun to watch. And that produced a run. Aranda did hit a beautiful 430-foot home run last night. His 32nd RBI to lead the American League. So much good last night. But the Chandler Simpson thing is just he got on base 4 times, produced 3 runs, 2 infield hits, I believe, and he can hit. He's hitting .316 now. This is not a guy who just slaps and bunts, and he gets bat on ball. He is a very, very good contact hitter, very flat swing. And I think at this point, it's got staying power. This is not some hot streak from Chandler Simpson. And speed does not slump. Now, he gets injured, and it was a little scare at the end of the game, but Cash said it looked like a cramp, and it's nothing serious. But as electric a player as you will see, and I think a transformative player, because I've been bitching about this for so long. Where are the fast leadoff guys in baseball? Where are they? They're such an integral part to the game, and they set everything up for everybody else. Get the pitcher off his game, create runs, create havoc on the base pass. There's so many things you can do that can't be measured analytically. And we just haven't been, baseball in general doesn't look for these players anymore. When they're out scouting players, they're like, oh yeah, he's fast, but he won't be able to hit the curveball. We're not going to bother him. That's a waste of time. And it's just not the case. If they invested in guys like this and had some patience with them and taught them how to hit coming up through the ranks, you would have a lot more players like this in the game. And I think Chandler now will open a lot of eyes in scouting departments. There should not be a GM in this league that has not sent a memo to the rest of his scouting staff and said, go find me a Chandler Simpson. Every team in the league should be now. And this is how the game changes, because it starts in the scouting ranks. Oh, don't come to me with anybody who doesn't throw 98. Don't, if he doesn't have a power a score of 70 or above, I am not interested. We're not looking for any of those guys that can just put bat on ball and run. We're not interested. It's all about the home run. That's what they've been scouting for the last 25 years, and just ignoring players like Chandler Simpson. Hopefully, this changes the game back to the way it used to be, where guys are running all over the place, stolen bases, everybody's running, everybody's moving. We even saw Junior hit behind the runner, and maybe not on purpose, but he did. And that is baseball. Bunting, moving runners around, forcing the other team. And what's really interesting about this, Timmy, is if you go look at the Rays analytics numbers, defensively, they're not, total, not great. Their total numbers. Offensively, they're not great. Now their pitching numbers are pretty damn good. But if you looked at their analytic numbers as a whole, you'd say, probably a 500 team. Probably a 500 team. But they're not. They're 27-13. They're 14 games over 500. They have the best record in the American League. They have more wins against teams over 500 than anybody in baseball. They've got 8. The Yankees have 1. They're only 1 game worse than the Braves, who have the best record in baseball. So so analytics would look at those numbers and go, I have no idea. Yeah, you have no idea because you're not watching the game. You're just putting little numbers. Statty Seth is just putting little numbers in. Listen, there is wonderful things you can do with analytics. But this is the most unanalytical player in the game, and he's changing the game the way it used to be played, and I freaking love it.
And by the way, if you were watching this on TV last night, when you see the hustle to first base by Simpson, then you walk to second, and you're stealing third, and the overthrow goes into left field, and he scores. If you're watching this, the camera is like pivot around to the Blue Jays, and they're all just like looking at each other like, what just happened here? How on earth did we just lose a run here on all of that?
Yeah.
That's what he does, man. He rattles the defense.
Yeah. And then he gets into my favorite part of it last night. They show the after he scored, they show the camera of him. You know how you're normally when you hit a home run, you run down the middle and the camera greets you. He gets to the end of it and he goes like this. With his face goes, speed, baby, running. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I love that. That should be a meme. We need that as a meme right there. I loved it. Yep, that's what you're doing, brother. And it's changing. I really hope that this does change the game, because think about it. And we said this when they changed the rules.
Yeah,
bigger bases, the less disengagement rule, and all that. I said this is going to bring back the speed guys. Yep. This is going to bring. And what did the Rays do? They looked at these new rules and said, okay, how do we change the game? Speed, athleticism, defense, pitching. Not so worried about the power. Yeah. And listen, it's not that the team doesn't have power. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're still going to have power in your lineup. That's still going to. But when you've got power in your lineup and you got guys like Chandler Simpson that can do what Chandler Simpson does and just get on base in ridiculous ways, that makes all that power much more important now. Because instead of a single solo home run, they probably just hit a 2-run home run because the guy in front of you reached base in a weird way.
Yeah, Aranda. Why do you think Aranda is leading the league in RBIs? Because that guy's getting on base in front of him. And, and when Caminero starts seeing a few more pitches, which you will with Aranda hitting the way he is, then that's going to get your offense even better. We have a super chat from Alex Nunn. That's the way you moved to the front of the line, by the way. $5. Thank you. So this is why even ESPN says this is Rays baseball. We created our own thing. Teams like the Yankees don't have the guys to really compete to do that. Yeah. Thomas Ritter says Chandler is electric, but Gwynn 2.0, no, he's not Tony Gwynn. It's not even close, bro. You're killing yourself. No, he's not Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
No, he's not. And who? Now I will say he doesn't hit the ball like Tony Gwynn. Left-handed, that's about it. But this is a guy that can just change the way the game is played. And it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And also Rasmussen was, interesting situation for both Gausman and Rasmussen, and BA talked a lot about this last night. When you go back-to-back, and these are back-to-back matchups from last week, all these guys just saw Rasmussen last week. Everybody just saw Gausman last week. So it's like, it's not your third time through the order. It's the fourth, fifth, and sixth time through the order. So guys are getting really good looks at your pitches and know what you're doing and what you're trying to do. So I thought Rasmussen really made a couple of, I wouldn't even call one of those mistakes that got hit out of the yard last night. One was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside of the black, and he just turned on it and got it and kept it fair, and two home runs. Right. What was the guy's name? I forgot his name. Jimenez. Two good shots, and that was their five runs. But so little off numbers for Rasmussen last night, but I thought he pitched really well. I thought his stuff was really good, but it's a tough situation. It was tough for Gausman as well, and the Rays jumped all over him and got some key hits. Palacios playing for the first time in like a week, got a key hit in that first inning to knock in a run. Caminero with another RBI. It's just a really good effort by the entire lineup last night. Mullins made some nice plays. It was another great Rays win. And listen, you score 8 runs and you win 8-5. It feels like kind of an offensive game, but like I said, the Blue Jays got all 5 of their runs off 2 swings. So it was better. And then Baker finishes last night really, really good, strong, and he's throwing 98 with a strong changeup, and the changeup has been another huge part of what the Rays are doing. As I like to say, zigging when everybody else is zagging. Everybody's lined up for this 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and you got guys like Nick Martinez throwing 80-mile-an-hour changeups, and everybody's using their changeup a hell of a lot more. for the Rays, and it's been a really good weapon for him. I'm waiting for them to bring out a Yarborough, a lefty or somebody like that tops out at about 88 and just throws nothing but junk. Jamie Moyer, where are you? I think Jamie Moyer would have a field day in baseball right now. The guys would have no idea what to do with that. With 75 mile an hour curveballs, probably 68 mile an hour change ups. They'd have no idea what to do with that. So I'm waiting for the Rays to trot out one of those guys pretty soon. But it's fun to watch, man. It is really fun to watch, and it's interesting to hear you say they're getting some national run too, because everything here we kind of listen to is local.
Yeah, and rightfully so. They've earned that national attention, And I don't watch enough, Baseball Tonight or whatever on ESPN. I don't watch enough of that to know what's happening from the national stage. But I follow social media enough to see the Rays getting some love nationally, and they should. They're a surprise team. Nobody anticipated this from them.
No, I did not. I did not see this coming.
It's a great story,
and the fact that Ryan Pepio hasn't pitched. You say that hasn't pitched. Obviously, Pepio out for the year. You say this should be coming back. I mean, and Joe Boyle is about ready to come back. That'll give him some more starting stuff. Griffin Jacks, we thought was going to be our closer, and now has been migrated to starting again. Yeah. So Kevin Cash is doing a hell of a job with this team, and he just feels. And I got to find this out. I'll send a message to ownership and see if this is true, but they're not messing with baseball operations at all. That's what they've said. They're not. It's Neanders to run and all that, but it just feels like Cash has a lot more autonomy this year than he's had in the past. I don't know. It just feels like it because he's managing his ass off, and he's really, it feels like he's doing a lot of stuff that feels more organic and more gut. I don't know, but it's whatever it is, and I do think, without question, we've talked about this a lot. I do think this new ownership group has a positive effect on this team, even though they've left baseball operations to Neander. I mean, they did certainly okay the $13 million expenditure to Nick Martinez. That, yes, I thought would have been better used on a power hitter because I thought we had plenty of arms. But we lose arms. But Martinez has been an absolute wonder. He has been incredible, and they have a payroll over $100 million for the first time. So I think those are all important things. And they also set the tone for what's going on in the clubhouse. A lot of things we don't see. The fact that, I know the city of St. Pete paid for most of it, but they paid for a lot of stuff that for the players and the fans at Tropicana Field to make that whole experience better. There's more, the crowds are better. The attendance is up. And that's because of the marketing of this group. The previous ownership never marketed the team and tried to suck as much money as they could out of visiting fans and price our own fans out. That's not what this group is doing. They want Rays fans in there. Yeah, there's going to be other fans in there, and that's fine. But they're not at least pricing out the local fan. Right. So I like that. And there's a lot of things they're doing to make it more Rays friendly in there. So that's important. The guys enjoy playing there. It's a better surface. So there's a lot of things the new ownership group is doing to produce this record. And I think they deserve some credit here as well. But obviously mostly to Neander and the baseball ops people. They've done a fantastic job. All right, on to other business. So the great John Morgan went on WFTV, my old buddy Greg Warmoth, and did an interview yesterday, a wide-ranging interview, kind of fun to watch, and spent about 4 minutes talking about the Rays and caused all kinds of commotion. Said he's going to be meeting with Patrick and didn't know his last name. He's good friends with him, but couldn't say his last name. I was going to play the interview, but I'm like, whatever.
We all forget our names,
yeah,
JP.
Yeah, when you're good friends with him and you can't remember his last name. But anyway, he said he had lunch with Patrick, the Dreamfinders guy.
Yeah.
So that was clue one that we're not really know what we're talking about here. Second of all, and the Speaker of the House, and he said he's gonna come down here and have lunch again. So now we don't know when and if and what they're going to be talking about. But is this first of all, I don't know if they're having lunch together, number one, because then he started talking about, Tampa doesn't have the resources. The Lightning and the Bucks want money and they can't afford it. They don't have the money. And it's like, okay, the Lightning already have their money. The Yankees already have their money, and the Bucks money's been set aside. Okay, next error you want to make? Next, you sound, with all due respect to Mr. Morgan, all right, the entire interview sounded like just some guy that just got dropped in and doesn't know what's going on in Tampa. It'll never work in Tampa. They've never been able to draw. Well, that's because they've never built a stadium in Tampa. I mean, I could go on and on about. I mean, it was about a 3-minute interview, and 90% of it was just sounded extremely misinformed. And I haven't even read all the comments, and we'll get to here in a second. But I'll tell you, this is where we are. I just saw an interview with the mayor, or one of the political people over there, Demings, and basically saying we just took in a record amount of tourist tax revenue, like $43 million. And they asked him about baseball, and he said, yeah, the numbers have to be right. They have a ton of money in Orlando. Yes, they do. And they have lots of things they need to spend it on: the convention center, Camping World Stadium, lots of other stuff, right? And the problem with them for baseball is it's not a market that Major League Baseball is interested in. They've done a lot of due diligence, and they don't believe, Major League Baseball does not believe that 70 million tourists are going to turn into consistent attendance Monday through Thursday. And that's where the issues lie in baseball. And the other problem, and this was told to me by someone who's within the Dreamers organization, is the 100 to 120 acres that the Rays need to do what they need to do. And that's built. You cannot be in the baseball business and just have a stadium anymore. You have to have a surrounding area that supports the revenue like the Braves did. This is the new model, the battery model, what the Rays are trying to do here. And the piece of property that they're showing in their renderings is about 37 to 40 acres. It's not big enough. And I've been told that the only 100-acre plus parcel in the Orlando tourist area is a traffic nightmare, and that's why nobody wants to build on it. Just, by the way, is a complete traffic nightmare. So you've got a city that only has two major pro franchises, a soccer team that they don't sell out every night, even though it's a 25,000 seat stadium, 25,000 seat stadium, I think. They don't sell it out all the time. Attendance is good, but it's not sold out all the time. The Magic are not sold out all the time, and have had attendance problems over the years. Where is the proof that just because there's 70 million people coming to Orlando, that these people are going to go to a baseball game? Some will, absolutely, some will, but baseball is an organic thing that has to come from the people that live within your area. And it's a smaller market than Tampa. It's not, and by the way, in case you didn't know it, the Tampa Bay area brings in 45 million tourists a year, which is also a pretty good chunk that can also go to baseball games. So listen, Orlando would it be an option if Tampa fails? Yeah, I think it would, but it's not the preferred option. And as far as an expansion city goes, if we get the deal done here in Tampa Bay, which once again, I believe is going to happen, the votes are there. And as Mr. Clendenin said on this show last week, it's 99% done. The MOU hopefully will be coming out soon. But is Orlando an option? I think yes. If Tampa fails, there's no way there's going to be a team in Tampa and Orlando. Like, that's not going to happen. Yeah, they're not getting an expansion team if Tampa gets done. So that's, this is the only play for Orlando, and this is why they're coming out of the woodworks, trying to do whatever they can. Bringing in John Morgan to talk about it and get people. They want to make it unstable here in Tampa. They want to make it unstable and downgrade everything that's going on here. And listen, there's negative voices out there. Trust me, nobody sees more of them than I do. But the majority of people, I spent about an hour last night, Timmy, going through all the comments that have come up from my speech that went viral. And I'm going to tell you, I would say 75% of them were positive. Sure. There's negativity out there, but I would say it's probably 70-30 right now, just in terms of people who want this in Tampa, the constituents. That's a heavy number. It's a really, really heavy number because the more people get educated on this, the more they like it. There's still a lot of uneducated people out there that don't believe any economic studies that don't support their view, but they only believe the economic studies that support their view. Those are the only ones that, right? It is what it is. But to me, this thing is happening here in Tampa, and unless something goes really south in the next couple of weeks, I think this is going to move forward. Now, there's one other issue that was brought up today, the tax office, and it is a very it's a heavily used tax office, and they want a seat at the table to make sure that tax office will be either rebuilt or part of this development. This is not I know there's been many things that the TBT has put out there that they think are going to doom this thing. This is not going to doom it. As an office, and I've been there quite a few times myself, it services a lot of folks, no question about it, but it's old and it needs to be replaced. So they just need a new building. And when we're building $8 to $10 billion and 8 million square feet, and by the way, there is tons of empty office space all over Tampa Bay. We can certainly find a way to make this a better situation, just like we're doing with the tennis and pickleball courts, just like we're doing with Hillsborough College. We can make it bigger and better, and that's what's going to happen. Yes, those people and Nancy Mion, did I say that correctly, Nancy? Did I get that right? Who I know and is a wonderful person and does a fantastic job. They'll get that taken care of. They'll get that taken care of. And I know the city council meeting, they talked about it, and it was, it's something that needs to be taken care of. There's a lot of things that need to be done without question, but we have the resources to do them bigger and better. And that's what happens when you build something like this and can bring 10 million people into an area annually. It brings in a lot of money, and we can do things with that money. So, and again, for all those folks that are like, oh, we got to pave roads and we got to do, yeah, we do. You don't have the money to do it right now. You need an investment vehicle to make more money. That's what this is. And another quick point on this before I bore you to tears, Timmy. Steve Kona wrote a really interesting piece about, he's part of the Hillsborough County Development Planning people. These are really smart people that look into the future and how you plan. And a big push now is, especially for urban areas, is to make use of the infrastructure that you already have existing. Okay. And this is a perfect example for this piece of property that is underutilized and is mostly pavement. Okay. And that's, instead of paying for new fire stations and new roads and new parking lots and everything out in urban sprawl, you use what's available inside the infrastructure within the city limits, and you maximize that. And this particular piece of property is certainly not being maximized. So this is part of smart planning. Well, that just brings more people to the roads. That is correct, which is why this hopefully will spur long-awaited light rail in Tampa. And Mr. Buckhorn, past and probably future mayor, sat right next to me and talked about that. The head of the Mr. Stevens, the head of the airport, is talking about that as well, and having a stadium complex now, not just where the Bucks are, where there's 20 weekends a year. Now having a stadium complex where you're going to have 81 baseball games and probably 150 to 200 total dates within that stadium. That makes a lot more sense to have light rail coming through from downtown, from the Bright Line, through South Tampa proper near 275, up to the sports complex, to the airport, and to the West Shore District. Now it makes even more sense. So for those who want to get people off the roads, this is another vehicle that can create the money to get that done. It's called progress. And if you're clutching your pearls and counting your pennies, you ain't fixing all these things you think you're going to fix. Has it gotten done in the last 20 years? No, it hasn't. So you need something that's going to spur that economic activity to get this stuff done. I know it's second and third level thinking on that. Oh, if we save our money, we'll be able to pay for this. No, you haven't been able to do that. Now, if you invest the money and get way more back, you can do these things. So let's be on the side of progress and move it forward.
And JP, the more I think about all this, and that we've talked about it for Orlando, the poor people in Orlando who have nothing to do. There's just nothing to do in Orlando. They feel like they have to have baseball, even though they can't support their basketball team very well, even though they're trying. There are probably 6 or 7 at least other cities across America that if the Rays deal fails, Major League Baseball would rather have them move to than Orlando. The front runners are Montreal, probably in Nashville. Throw in Salt Lake City, throw in Charlotte, throw in Portland, hell, Vancouver, San Antonio, and Austin. All of those cities probably would have a better chance than landing a team, any team that failed or had to move, than Orlando. Just from a Major League Baseball standpoint.
Yeah.
So even if the Rays fell somehow, Orlando, you're probably still not getting them. Sorry.
That's where I'm at.
Go Rat Space Mountain again.
Yeah. The biggest investor in Orlando was Dr. Workman, the dentist, the billionaire. He saw what he needed to see and heard from Major League Baseball, and they said, "Listen, it's not coming to Orlando. You want to be a part of baseball? Join this group." So we did. That again,
that should tell you everything you need to know.
I always say that don't listen to what people say. Watch what they do. Okay, Mr. Workman was all about Orlando until he found out it ain't happening, and he got in with Tampa. That's what Major League Baseball wants.
Yeah.
And again, the governor, the commissioner, most of the city and council folks know what this deal is all about and how good it is for the county and the city. And I think it's going to happen. I'm 99% sure it's going to happen, as Mr. Clendenin is, the council chair. So away we go. All right, let's hit a break. We'll come back on the other side. I got to filter through some of these comments because I'm not going to sit here and read, you guys going back and forth with somebody who, is, we're not going to do that. We'll give it its due, but we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is thank the great folks at Pitch Roofing for being a part of this show and supporting this show. And all of our local companies here can help you in some way. And we try to tell their story every day and to let you know how they can help you. And here's how they can help you. You have a house, you probably have a roof. You're going to need a roof at some point, right? So have them come out. They'll give you a free estimate. Look at your roof, tell you how much life you have left in that roof, if you need some repairs, what needs to be done. Then they're going to explain to you the process with your insurance company, how that works as well. And if there's something that happens in a storm or something like that, and how that works. And they'll explain to you the whole process, how it can help it enhance the value of your home as well. There's so many people in the roofing business that are rip-off artists, and it happens all the time, especially in the state of Florida. So you don't want people knocking on your door or somebody's fly-by-night companies. Pitch Roofing has been around. They're bonded. They're insured. They're great folks. So let them come on out and tell you what's going on. And they'll give you a discount for the JP Peterson Show listeners, a special discount. Nice folks. Give them a call. Just go to the website, pitchroofing.com. Get the phone number there. You can call them. You can email them and set it up and get your discount. pitchroofing.com. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the best sports bar in all Tampa Bay, Riveters. We love that place over there. Love the staff. Love the folks. And if they're doing, every Rays game, you're getting like a happy hour, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas, $6 Tito's, and you get all the great food as well. And that's what makes a difference. In sports bars, usually you get the prefab Cisco stuff, not at Riveters. They make all their sauces fresh, the ranch, the blue cheese that goes on those great wings that you dunk them into. Oh, absolutely fabulous. love the food over there, love the folks, and affordable prices. That's the thing these days, right? You want to go out to a sports bar and watch a game, and the bill comes and it's $150. Not at Riveters. That doesn't happen unless you get really hammered. So head on over there, just north of 275, just south of the stadium, right there on Dale Marbre. Timmy, I was going to mention this in the break and send you a message. For some reason, your audio, like you're falling out when I talk, and we talk over each other all the time. That's called conversation, right? So I'm like missing a little bit of what you say. So I apologize if I don't hear you clearly.
Okay, I'm running on a new board today, so I might have to check some of the settings on it. So
yeah, it's popping out when I talk. So
okay,
apologies. We won't have our clear give and take as we normally do, unfortunately. All right, so little correction here. Thomas Ritter is not a nasty person and a transplant, so let's treat him with some respect. He came in very, very nicely and respectfully. And now that I've read all his messages, so let's not bury him. We do not mind people disagreeing with us, especially when it's as respectful as he is. And then some people got disrespectful towards him, so we don't like that. Let's have honest debate and not shout people down or call people names. All right, please. That's what we try not to do that here. We fail sometimes. We make mistakes. We get a little emotional. We make mistakes. So I want to correct that. But Thomas is basically saying, from what I can see, is he is in fear that if we give this money, I'm sorry, I misspoke. If we invest this money with the Rays, that we will somehow lose the Bucks. And I am not in the least bit afraid of that. That's not happening, at least not in the near term. The NFL is not leaving the Tampa Bay market. That is not something that is going to happen. Now, I think there's a lot of things in play with the Buccaneers and their stadium moving forward. And it was funny. I was talking with somebody very much in the know, not only in Orlando, but Tampa and South Florida as well. Very intimately involved with a lot of movers and shakers in all over Florida, in his connections with his business. I don't want to out him. And we were chatting the other day, and he brought up something that, Timmy, you'll laugh at this. He says, he goes, I tell you who's going to buy the Bucks, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, I hear that all the time. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We've talked about this on the show. Yeah. And I've not talked I never mentioned that to him. He's like, I said, where'd you get that from? He said, oh, people are talking about it. In South Florida, Orlando, all over, people are talking that Bezos is going to get an NFL team. Now, the Seahawks, I think, are the team that he wants, but I'm not sure
right now.
Yeah, and they're for sale. So that could go through. But if that doesn't go through, I don't know. Again, this is nothing. I haven't heard the Bucks or anybody within inside the Bucks organization say that they're interested in selling. I have not heard any bit. I just look at their behavior. And having not been aggressive at all in their stadium renovation plan. And I wonder why. That's just very unlike them. Why wouldn't they have been, as Ken Hagan has said publicly, I've been going to the Bucks for 5 years to find out what they're going to do with the stadium. And we haven't heard anything till the last 6 months. If you're very much entrenched in the long-term viability here in Tampa, why would the Bucks have not had a plan ready to go first in before the Rays got here? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, and then even now they're talking, but we don't have a plan. We don't know what they want to do. And all of this is going down next door to them. Now, as I think it was Mr. Clendenin who said, look, we're going to take care of the Bucks. The Bucks aren't going anywhere. And they're not. They're not going anywhere. That stadium has great bones, and they've invested almost $200 million into that stadium in the last 5 years. Why, redoing all the luxury boxes, building a new Hall of Fame club, all kind new audio, new video, new everything. That stadium has great bones. It just needs some type of climate control, whether it's a canopy or a roof or whatever. I don't know, but you would think that the Glazers would have been long into their redevelopment plans and have been speaking to the county and the city well before this. So that's odd to me. So if this person is talking about, a lot of people are talking about it. I don't think the Bucs are going anywhere. I think maybe they might be selling down the road. I don't know. It seems to be some of their behavior would, again, don't listen to what people say. Watch what they do. No real long-term contracts in free agency. And that just may be part of an internal rebuild. I get that. But the stadium stuff is just weird. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. If you're in this for the long term here in Tampa Bay, why would you have not invested a lot of your time and energy into what the next iteration of your stadium is going to be in order to get Super Bowls? Because the configuration they have now is not going to get them any more Super Bowls. Because I guess the word is now that they want entertainment districts around it. So there's a lot of different things they can do. And there's going to be one when the Rays deal goes through.
Right.
So that will enable them to get more Super Bowls and other things.
So I see, Jeff Bezos has been rumored, to purchase an NFL team since the Commanders were up for sale.
Right.
Dan Snyder wanted $7 billion. He didn't get it. Bezos thought that was excessive. Bezos is worth like $260 million. Billion with a B. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. He would by far be the wealthiest owner in all of professional sports, surpassing the Walton family, I believe.
Yeah.
Even if he goes through with a sale somewhere. But so Bezos is currently also the majority shareholder for Amazon Sports, obviously, because it's Amazon.
Right.
Well, they have an agreement, obviously, with the NFL for Thursday Night Football. So that would be considered a conflict by the NFL. I wonder if he would have to divest himself of some of his Amazon stuff to own an NFL team, or what the workaround would be for that. Like, I don't, but that could be a hurdle, I think, for him buying an NFL team, wherever it is.
Yeah, that hurdle goes away real quick.
I think so. No, I agree. I agree.
When
but
you have, what'd you say, $266 billion?
Yeah.
I would think the NFL wants to be in bed with Mr. Bezos.
Sure. I mean, they already are.
Yeah, they already are. Exactly. I think they want to cuddle up a little bit more.
Who wouldn't? I'd cuddle up to two. I might spoon a homeless guy for $260 billion.
You do it for nothing. In fact, you have.
I've done it for free.
I've done it for free. So, yeah, I think he's going to get a team. He's going to get a team eventually. No question about it. And we're talking conflicts of interest. For God's sakes, we have a Super Bowl champion, greatest player of all time, who's now a de facto GM and also a broadcaster and an owner. Yeah. I mean, I think we've stomped all over cross rules here with Mr. Brady. I think they'll figure it out, right? And sooner or later, he's going to get a team. Mm-hmm. And which team is it going to be? And obviously, he's a Florida-based guy now. He understands the economics of Florida. And this gentleman I spoke with said he is very interested in doing something really, really big in Florida. And what would be bigger than that? Building a new stadium in one of the hottest growing real estate markets in America and owning an NFL football team that he could, get his helicopter from wherever he lives over in Palm Beach area and zip on over to Tampa and have a new team. So yeah. You could maybe also say, well, he could do the same thing in Orlando. Yeah. And
Orlando already has a football team, though. They've got the Orlando Storm. They don't need a football team.
By the way, yeah, shout out to Anthony Beck. They won again this weekend, and I think they're in first place. Yeah. So listen, I don't think the Bucs are going anywhere. Anything can happen, but I don't think the Bucs are going anywhere, and it wouldn't be simply because the Rays are moving in next door. That's not going to push them out. It only enhances, enhances their stadium. I mean, if I didn't have to, I mean, they're not going to make money necessarily off the new entertainment district over there, but it certainly makes it more palatable to bring bigger events to Raymond James Stadium to have that big entertainment district right next door. And I think it also, it increases property values, which of course they own that huge piece of property, lot 14 between the Buccaneers Training Center and Raymond James Stadium, where they could build their own mixed use with high priced real estate and make tons of money. So that's people would say, well, it's competition. Well, big money people in high growth areas don't look at it that way. They look at it as we build condos here in Tampa Bay now, and they sell for now $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $20 million. And a lot of that's international investment, but whatever it is, as soon as they build them, they get sold. Mm-hmm. So people in the real estate market know this is where it's happening. It seems like such a good fit for all of that. So I don't have a crystal ball as to where the Bucs are going or what they're doing. But the fact that they've not been very aggressive in their pursuit leads me to speculate. Like, what are they doing? That's just weird. All right, to the comments. And I'm not going to go through all the Orlando, Tampa stuff. You guys had your argument, and Mr. Ritter, he thinks the Bucs are leaving. I don't think that's going to happen. So,
he thinks the Bucs are leaving?
Yeah, he thinks if we do the Rays deal that the Bucs will leave for Orlando.
Oh my God, Thomas, come on.
Yeah, because there won't be enough money. Alejandro says, since JP liked my edgy take yesterday, and I did, I will say that the Blue Jays acted like bitches yesterday, like the Red Sox. They were pissed off getting plucked, so they threw at Aranda, and they are bitches. I do like that. Thank you. So
you can't
call people names like from out of the market like other teams. We'll allow that in a playful way. So, yeah, Aranda got plucked last night. And I was a little dismayed that the Rays did not respond because it was obvious. He hits a home run, and then you hit him dead in the back with a fastball at 98. That's not cool. That is not cool. Now, did Rasmussen hit some guys earlier? Yeah, he was pitching inside, and the guy that I forget who got hit on the hand, his hands were almost on top of the plate. So it's not like Rasmussen was trying to hit him. Is he pitching inside? Yeah. And that ball was almost on the black that he got hit with because his hands were over the plate. So that's much different than drilling a guy in the back. So it was,
well, Jay,
go ahead.
There's two more games against the Blue Jays tonight and tomorrow. So there is opportunity for retribution.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen in the same game.
That's true.
And you've only got those two games the rest of the season with them. So if there's going to be some sort of retribution, it's going to come tonight or tomorrow night. But I wouldn't have expected it to happen in the same game. It was kind of a tight game. You don't want to just start throwing at guys in a tight game like that.
Agreed.
So if the score gets out of whack tonight, one way or the other, or Wednesday night, one way or the other, look for somebody to get plucked.
A little payback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I just, it was so obvious.
Right.
And BA said that last night on the broadcast, and they cut away to a shot of Rasmussen. Like, okay, you're up. Your turn. So, yeah, and I think he hit two guys on inside fastballs, and he throws that two-seamer that rides in on right-handers. And so if they're in on the plate, it rides in a little bit. They're going to lean into it. That's going to happen, but it's certainly not intentional.
Right.
And it wasn't Gossman who did it. It was the guy that came in after him, Fletcher, I think, or something, who just drilled Aranda in the back. So, yeah, I think there could be retribution.
By the way, retribution was a whole lot more fun back in the NL when the pitchers batted.
Yeah.
Because you could throw at the guy that did it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're, if Aranda gets plucked, that means, we're not throwing it Schmaltz or whatever his name is. Right. We're throwing it. Right. And I don't even want to throw at Vladdy right now because he can't hit it.
Right.
Yeah, Vladdy's a good dude, Vlad Jr., and he's got 2 home runs. He's on pace for 8 home runs this year. Yikes. And
Have fun with that, Blue Jays. I
didn't read the whole article, but there was an article on Twitter saying that he's really having a hard time dealing with the slump because, he's, I don't know, what's he making? Like, what's that new contract to his 35, 40 million?
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that to guys that actually care and you go into a little bit of a slump and you're making that much money, it can really weigh on them. And, I don't want to see him bust out against us, obviously, but he's good for the game, likable dude. But it's tough to see him struggle like that. But
yeah, he's making 35.7 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the middle of his 14-year, $500 million contract that he signed.
Yeah.
What, last year?
When did he sign that?
last year, last April,
last year,
just a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Blue Jays. I mean, they're a millimeter from winning the freaking World Series, and now they are a struggle bus. Yeah, baseball's funny, huh?
I'm here for it too. Screw
Danny
them.
says Rays on the field, amazing season so far. First benchmark is Memorial Day. After that, July 4th, then the All-Star break, the trade deadline. Yeah, we know what the benchmarks are, but I think we had this discussion yesterday, Timmy, and you can weigh in on this. It's 40 games in. Is this, and again, a lot of these analytics suggest that this is not sustainable. Sure. But my point yesterday was a lot of these analytics are geared into the modern game, slugging, power pitching, all that. I don't think analytics in terms of predicting ultimate wins in a season, I don't think they know small ball. I don't think they factor it in. You know, they're looking at, how many barrels you got? We haven't barreled up any balls, the Rays, so this is not sustainable. Well, we're not trying to. We're bunting. And we got guys that really aren't really trying to. Chandler's not trying to. He wants to barrel the ball, but he certainly doesn't want to try to hit it over anybody's head. He wants to dump it in front of him. So we're not really trying that. So if you're basing all your analytical projections off, this team doesn't have any power and you need power to win, that's not going to work. So, and I think their defensive metrics they're not good, but I think a lot of it is skewed by the first 3 weeks of the season when they made so many errors. So, and it's all looked at total. In this run where they won 15 out of 17, they haven't made a lot of errors.
Right. And
is that the team they are, or are they more like the sloppy team that in the first 2 weeks? I mean, that's a fair question, but the bigger sample size is what's happened since.
Sure.
So, and I think just looking at the team, they're a better defensive team than they were playing in the first part. And then remember, Taylor Walls wasn't playing. That was Carson Williams. Not that he was horrible defensively, but Taylor's definitely better.
Well, and when you look at the division they play in, that's not very good other than the Yankees. You've only got, 7 games left with the Yankees all year.
Right.
You've got a 3-game trip to New York coming up with them, and then you don't play them again until the second to the last series of the year in early July at home, a 4-game stretch. So, man, I know you got the Dodgers mixed in there, but you got a lot of Boston. You got Washington. Got a ton against the Royals. Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. As long as you just watch your P's and Q's here and God forbid more injuries, then, dude, there's no reason this can't be sustainable.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to ask me if I had to bet on it, well, they're not going to win 15 out of 17. That's not sustainable. Mm-hmm. But is this a team that I think can win 95 games? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the Yankees certainly have chinks in their armor too.
Yeah.
So this will be a 2-team race for the East for sure.
I mean, if they're 14 games over 500, if they just go 500 the rest of the way, they'll probably win the division the way everybody's playing. So certainly a wild card without question.
Yep.
So just keep doing what you're doing. And again, there's room for growth here. A lot of room for growth. Mullins, they're getting nothing offensively out of center field for the most part. They're, no Uceda, no Pepio, no Boyle. I think they're going to get some pitchers back. Not that their pitching can get any better, but I think they can be better defensively as well as Caminero grows a little bit in that regard. They certainly could throw more people out stealing. So there's room for growth, and I think they can hit better too.
Is it time to bring back to maybe make a trade for your favorite Ray ever?
Who's that?
Christopher Morel. I mean, he's batting 179.
Why would you even utter his name?
He's batting 179 down in Miami, JP.
Shocking development. What did we give up for him?
I just like bringing
up
Christopher Morel's name on your show.
Alejandro says, Timmy, my boy. Called you his boy. Since your Rangers are your team that you rep and appreciate, what do you think is the ace in your rotation? I want to ask who in your rotation is a future Hall of Famer. Go Rangers.
Oh, Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi. They're ace 1 and ace 2. Yeah. There's zero question.
There's a lot of money tied up in those guys, huh?
Yeah, but man, they're both just pitching lights out right now. You know, if the Rangers can somehow weather up the offense to make the playoffs, no team wants to face that two-headed beast in a series.
No, I agree 100%. DeLuca needs to play over Mullins, says Alex Nunn. Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while, Alex. I like DeLuca's game. Love it. And Mullins is, he's a very smooth center fielder. About as smooth as you're going to find. He had a really good play last night, late in the game. Just gets great jumps, great routes, really, really good polished center fielder. It's just offensively, he's just dreadful.
Yeah.
But DeLuca's not a bad center fielder either. Jeff Stutler says, MLB Network now on MLB Central, all Rays talk now. And I love Chandler Simpson talk from DeRosa. Yeah. Isn't that fun when the national guys start talking about our guys? It is fun. And they're these guys who've been in baseball a long time, they see this. They see this of what the game can return to, and they love it. That's why they're pumping it up. And again, baseball viewing up 44%. And I challenge you, go watch a game from 5 years ago and watch what's going on now in this game. Baseball has never been more athletic. It's never been faster. It's never had better pace in terms of watching the game. And if they really start leaning into more of this small ball stuff, which if the Rays win, everybody will copy it. So, yeah, I think baseball has a great future. And what a good time for the Rays to get hot with all the stuff that's going on off the field, too.
Yep. It's a good look.
Yeah. Thomas Ritter says Baltimore dumping Mullins to the Mets was the best deal they made in 20 years. Probably, yeah. And then we picked him up. The starting pitching, too, is top tier. Minus Seymour, so is the bullpen. Hats off to Kyle Snyder. Yeah. During this run, starters ERA 1.8. Bullpen ERA 1.2. Going to win a lot of games like that. A lot of games. All right. We got another super chat from Alex Nunn, $5. Says, this is why even ESPN says this is Rays baseball. Actually, I think I already read this one. So you got more for your money. Jimmy J. Voyager, $4.99. Thank you for the super chat. Says, this is the most exciting baseball I've seen. Brings back the joy of 2008. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun, too. Wasn't that fun? 2008. Joe Madden, World Series. Wasn't for the damn snowstorm that hit Philadelphia. We may have had something there. Thomas Ritter says the Expos of the 80s. Dawson, Raines.
Man, that's my team. That's my team right there.
Yeah, tell me, remember that team? Andre Dawson, Timmy Raines was the leadoff guy. Another great leadoff guy. Super speed. They're very, even though Raines was a righty, right? He was a righty, wasn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he could hit. It wasn't just a slap hitter. He could pop the ball. Who else was on that team?
Oh Lord.
Go look that up for me. That was a really good. They had the Hawk in right field, Andre Dawson, Timmy Raines. The big guy at first base,
Gary Carter.
Was it Galarraga at first base? Yeah, Gary Carter.
Gary Carter was one of my favorites. Well, I mean, for a little while you had Pete Rose.
Was he on that team?
Early.
How about them Habs, baby? We're gonna talk a little hockey here in a little bit.
See the smile on my face talking Habs.
Yeah, there you go. KC Eagle says, I think the stadium deal is the momentum for this team. That's interesting. You think they're getting a pop from that? I don't know. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but I like it. I like where you're going there. Elaborate, if you would.
Huh.
KC Eagles. I'm interested. Says Chandler's more like Vince Coleman. Forsland says Chandler's a better hitter than Vince was. When Vince came up, if I'm not mistaken, Timmy, he was kind of a 230, 240 guy, but did get on base. And as he grew as a player, he got better as a hitter, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
But I think as far as coming up, Chandler hit 300 to 295 from the right against righties and lefties last year. And that right now, I think he's at 316. So, yeah. Alex Nunn says, damn right, it's new ownership. I mean, shit, they were in Boston cheering on their team next to the dugout with high fives. Yeah, that was awesome. You mean as opposed to, like, sitting in a luxury box and up in, yeah. True.
Or right, buying an entire section of seats to keep the fans away from you.
Allegedly,
but whatever.
Oh, that's where all the families go, and they just didn't show up for this game.
Yeah, didn't show
Another
up.
one.
Wonder why they didn't show up.
I'm not talking about him. I'm on a moratorium.
We didn't mention names.
But remember, it's like, no, just that game. None of the family showed up. Oh, really?
His own family doesn't like him.
It wasn't because of the chance the game before. So nothing to do with. Okay, all right. I'll swallow that. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into a little Habs talk. Timmy can't wait, but it is Lightning adjacent. So we'll mix in the Lightning here as well. Big O's going to join us and pontificate on the Rays as well, and we'll get to all your comments next. Thanks to the great folks at Italiano Insurance. They do all the work. You save all the money, folks. It's really pretty simple. I know you've heard me talk about it a lot, but you've never made the call, have you? 813-877-7799. You're not going to be on the phone for long. Just say, hey, can you shop my homeowner's insurance, shop my auto insurance, just see if I can save some money? Sure. Give me a little bit of information. 5 minutes on the line. They take down your information. They do all the work, call you back. Maybe they save you money. What's not to like? 813-877-7799. Been in business for over 60 years here locally and down in Boca Grande as well. Great family company. ItalianoInsurance.com is the website. 813-877-7799. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Evidently, I'm internationally renowned. Thanks to that speech, Timmy. I don't know.
Well, hell yeah, we knew that.
God, I'm getting messages from people I haven't seen or heard from. Evidently, I'm the star of the local barbershop now. I just found out. Jeez, old Pete. Wow. Yeah, the great Lou Maggio's here. I'll bring him in next segment, though. He's just chilling. He brought me Cafe Casita.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is like liquid lightning. Unbelievable.
Either that's a really small cup or you've got really big hands.
No, it's a little. You can't. If you had a full cup of this, your heart would stop. It would explode.
What is it?
Lou will tell you later on. Next segment. It's just chilling right now.
I need me some of that. Mix it with my Red Bull.
No, you don't want to do that, bro. Your head will and your belly will explode. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about Genesis of Tampa. Mm-hmm. Genesis of Tampa. As I pulled up in my GV70, my pearl white GV70 this morning. One of the great things I love about the GV, you talk about technology and everything. It's it basically drives it for you. It has the I don't even know what the hell you call it, but you put on the cruise control and the lane control. Mm-hmm. So if you're on a highway, it'll just like turn for you. So, and it tells you to put your hand back on the wheel.
Kind of scary.
Pretty cool. No, it's actually really nice because, keeps me in the lanes, which I'm not always.
Stay in your lane, JP.
Stay in your lane. I'm swerving all over the road for 2 hours every morning. Now, it's the technology of the Genesis GV70. It's the comfort. It's the price was fantastic. I got it gently used, as they say, pre-owned. Great deal. Great deal. I never thought I could get into a car like this, and it's absolutely fabulous driving it around. The comfort, technology, luxury. It's awesome. Go get you one at genesisoftampa.com. I didn't think I could afford one, but I can. Maybe you can too. Go drive it. You'll see what I'm talking about. And great folks over at Genesis of Tampa, right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. All right, Timmy. So tell me about the Les Habitants. How we doing? Kicking the shit out of Buffalo.
Well, it wasn't a sweep.
Right.
Kind of what I was hoping for, because Buffalo,
That's
nobody
greedy.
likes Buffalo.
That's kind of greedy.
Why?
That's greedy.
It's not greedy. You guys want to sweep everybody every year too.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to happen. Going to happen.
We have higher expectations in Montreal.
So what do we got? Game 4 tonight. ESPN. Montreal leads the series 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last one? 5-1 or 6-2? We had 5-1 and 6-2 the last two.
Yeah, this game's been sneakily closer than I thought it would be, to be honest.
I mean, Buffalo played well in the first game, and I thought, this is going to be a real series, but they were rested. And then since Montreal's got their legs under them, and frankly, since Marty got the matchups the way he wants them, I think. I think you're in a situation where they're in good shape right now, and I think we've shown that the Lightning played some really, really good defense against Montreal and shut them down. And just if they got a little bit more scoring out of their top guys, the Lightning would still be playing. What Andre Vasilevsky said was 1,000% true. By the way, saw him at Cafe Paradiso the other night.
Oh, nice.
The big cat was having some big cat
split some lasagna with him. Heck yeah. It's JP's favorite lasagna for an appetizer.
I sent him some calamari, which was absolutely outstanding. Yeah. So,
the Habs are at home tonight too. So that's a big advantage. You guys know what an advantage the Bell Center is.
Well, I mean, is it? I mean, home ice in the playoffs just hasn't been a thing, to be quite honest. But I just think they're a better team than Buffalo, and Montreal is going to be a handful for years to come. You know, you might say that the Lightning went overboard to kind of combat the Panthers' physicality, and as Evan Klosky said so eloquently, maybe lost a little bit of their identity. So now, I mean, obviously the Panthers aren't going anywhere when they get their guys back.
Right.
They'll be better next year, obviously. But now you got Montreal to deal with in the Atlantic. And they're young and they're fast and they're not the Panthers. So it's like, well, now we got to build a team to compete with Montreal because they're the up-and-comers, the youngest team. So it just reminds you that you got to be who you are.
Yeah.
This is no, nothing that John Cooper doesn't know, obviously.
Yeah, just put together the best team you can and you'll compete.
Yeah, and I think the Lightning led the league in fighting majors this year. Like 2 or 3 years ago, would you ever have thought that a Lightning team would ever lead the league in fighting majors?
Who led the team? Do you know who led the team?
Probably Hagel.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we just got a little caught up in that because of the way we were ousted the last 2 years. And I think I even said it, especially after the preseason game with the Panthers, where what's his name sucker punched Hagel. It's like enough is enough. Like we just can't keep taking this shit. And they went out and got Douglas and Sabrin and kind of went overboard. I don't know. It just seems like maybe that's not where we need to be. And then in the end, our defense was certainly good enough against Montreal, but we didn't have the scoring that we needed. Right. So maybe they just need to get back to a little bit more skating and scoring and a little less of the fighting stuff. And I think, you'll see some moves made by JBB in this offseason that will, I think, reflect that.
Do you think Cooper we haven't really talked about this. Do you think Cooper was at all surprised by Montreal? Do you think anything in that series caught him off guard?
From a strategical sense?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I don't think so. To me, I don't think the Lightning played poorly. No. I mean, it was as close a series as you're ever going to get. I think, and I've said this many times, I think if they play with the intensity that they played with in games 6 and 7, in games 1 through 5, I think they win the series.
Right.
I think it's tight, but I think they win it. And it just not until their backs were squarely against the wall facing elimination did they play their most intense hockey. And, this is a team that won 2 Stanley Cups playing that way from the drop. And they didn't do that, especially game 5 was a complete stinker. And that's not something that's going to play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And Marty has built his team to emulate him. Marty was the guy who, from the puck drop of game 1, was going to be on your ass. Every freaking shift, he was going to play like his last. He had to do that to stay in the league and developed into a Hall of Fame player. And he's, built a team in that image. And did they play harder and longer?
Coaching they played harder.
Yeah, they played harder than the Lightning did in games 1 through 5. I think they played more. They played harder, longer, and that was, to me, that was the difference in the series. And had the Lightning brought that intensity, they'd still be playing. Because what you do is you leave yourself open for losing a game where you give up 9 shots and 2 bad bounces beat you, And that's exactly what happened. So anyway, I don't think the Lightning are far off. I think JBB was correct when he said that. But I also think that I would like to see them maybe bring in a veteran who has a little bit of edge to him, and can be that kind of leader in the clubhouse that is loud and not only in the dressing room, but on the ice as well.
Right.
That seems to me to be, and those guys are hard to find, but, we'll see.
And look, both of these teams are young teams for sure. And the Canadians are playing more like a team that doesn't know they're not supposed to be there. I think the Sabres are getting a little overwhelmed the deeper they get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even against the team like the Canadians that are young too, I feel like the Canadians are playing with a little more confidence, a little bit more like they know they belong there than the Sabres are, especially after that first game. What terrifies me is the Eastern Finals. I don't know anybody that's getting past the Hurricanes. That is a freaking machine right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hate the Hurricanes.
But, they also have a history of playoff failures, so we shall see.
They do, and how great would that be for the Canadians to go knock them out? Like, I'm here for it. But, man, they terrify me right now.
I don't think I can root for Montreal. Not with your fans.
See, that's how I am with the Hurricanes.
Arrogant, very nasty.
Well, we're French Canadian.
I kind of like the Canadians. I kind of like the Canadians more out west. They're nicer.
Gross. They're not real Canadians.
I disagree.
British Columbia is not Canada.
Disagree. Wesley Wright asks, so is the vote going to happen next week? What happens if they don't? I believe we're going to have a vote on the 20th and the 21st of a non-binding MOU, which hopefully will come into clearer focus at the beginning of next week or at the end of this week. So that's what is next. And if it doesn't happen, as Patrick Zalupski said, if it doesn't have their June 1, it has to happen soon thereafter. There could be another iteration of the MOU. We can probably push it into June, and maybe by the end of June, if they can get that a binding MOU, then we're done. And again, this is 99% done. They just got to figure out what is most palatable in terms of what the constituents will accept and the commissioners can vote for. The money is there. They just got to find the best way to do the bonds and all these other things. And that's what staff is working on right now. There's a deal to be had. They've got to move some things around. Some questions have to be answered to the satisfaction of these commissioners that want to vote for us. They want to vote for it there, but there certainly are some things that need to be worked out before they can do that. But it's nothing that is going to derail this thing. That's what I've been told. And that's what I see. Thomas Ritter says, my last statement before I go is, how does a number 17 market succeed matching a number 6 market? Atlanta is larger, more dense. I've been to Tampa. It's not Atlanta, New York, LA, or even Philadelphia.
Thank God.
Not sure what you're going for there. We're not the number 17 market, and Atlanta's not the number 6 market, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're number 11. I think they're number 8. But a lot of people have been asking me, well, listen, saying, well, you keep comparing this to the Battery. So, but the Braves have a much bigger fan base than the Rays do. Well, let's break that down. First of all, Cobb County is not the middle of Atlanta. All right. It's where most of the Braves fans are, or in the northern part of the city. So they did move them closer to where their fans are. But Atlanta is not a tourist destination. Okay. Per se. Tampa brings in 45 million people a year in visitors. Yes, they're coming for the beaches. They're coming for the Riverwalk. They're coming for events in Tampa, blah, 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 blah. Yes, that's true. But if you're staying at the beach, you can go to a baseball game in Tampa. Okay, that's like, it is the same market. It is the same area. So there's 45 million tourists coming in here. That's not happening in Atlanta. And again, the Battery is bringing in tons of people outside of baseball season. And 75% of them are from outside Cobb County. Now, J.C. Bradbury will just tell you all this money is just moving around Cobb County and it's sacrificing other businesses. That's completely and wholly untrue. 75% of the people that go to the Battery are from outside Cobb County. So that money is coming in. And the same will happen in Hillsborough County. I don't know if it'll be 75, but certainly something near that number, especially with more tourists, it might be more. Again, it's like if you're flying in to Tampa, by the way, the greatest airport in America, and
It's pretty nice.
you look down as you're coming in and like, holy shit, what is that? That big translucent roof and all that buildings around there. You know, if it's at night, it's going to be lit up and you'd be like, wow, I want to go see what's going on over there. You know, that's what these big buildings do. You don't think that 45 million tourists that are coming in through that airport or wherever the number is aren't going to look down and say, oh, I could just take a short little train ride over there and check and have lunch or go and tour the stadium and even outside. Yeah, it attracts people. That's what these things do. And the very smart people that do these things and project these things and use all their AI models and all that stuff say there'll be 10 million people that will come to this area. Very similar to what's going on in the Battery. And it is. Now, the Braves have a bigger fan base. Yeah, they do. But they don't have as many tourists. And also, the Braves have a pretty big fan base. They just don't go to games in St. Pete. Again, it's the number one rated show in Tampa Bay every single night on cable TV. There are millions of Rays fans here. So, yeah. And it's a regional draw as well.
I just wanted to throw this up there in case people weren't really sure down in Tampa where Truist Park is in relation to downtown Atlanta. I mean, it's 14 miles north of your city center.
Right.
Because that's where the people are. You can kind of see based on this.
The people that go to baseball games.
Yeah. They're where their fans are. So they built the park where closer to their fans. Wow. What a novel concept.
Casey Eagles, great question here. It says, when do you get Brody Brazil on the show? Tomorrow. Brody will be on the show. We have him scheduled for tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I got to confirm that this afternoon, but he is scheduled for tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Very nice.
So there you go. Thank you for that question. Kings are great. Said, why do you keep saying the Magic aren't supported? They had 769,000 fans this year, which ranked in the top half of the league. I'm just saying historically.
Just historically. Yeah, that's what
they've been, since they got good, people are showing up, but historically has not been the case long term. And there will be years where your baseball team is not good and you need fans to show up. So that's how that works.
Right.
Our good friend Ray Kennedy is in here. So we're supposed to believe the economic studies that what? The team is hiding up their asses? Would these fictitious studies be based on the 10 million unique visitors the Rays? Oh, yeah. You can look them up. There's 3 of them. One was paid for independently by the TSA. If you'd like me to quote that one, I can do that. Then there's 2 other ones. One was paid for by the county independently, and then one was paid for by the Rays. So which 3 studies do you want me to send you, Ray, and shove up your ass? Do you want that? You want them? Seems a little and it comes on. Yes, there is finally an ownership that is invested in better turf than Tropicana Field. The attendance is already approving. So a stadium on the beach with mermaids and manatees. Dude, it's just, Ray, I know you love St. Pete. It's not happening. It's not happening. It has nothing to do with the city. It's demographically challenged. There's only 650,000 people within a 30-minute drive. It's surrounded by water. It doesn't work. You need 28 years of proof. What more do you need?
JP, why do people that are proponents of having a stadium in St. Pete, why do they just dismiss what the commissioner of Major League Baseball has said?
Because it's not part of their narrative.
This isn't just you, JP, that doing this. This Major League Baseball literally said Tampa is where the stadium should be. Why are you guys dismissing that and just arguing with Rob Manfred? You're not going to win that argument ever.
You're arguing with Rob Manfred and numbers. Like you're arguing against hard numbers. It is what it is. Are you going to build a restaurant with 600,000 people within, by the way, spend $10 billion to build a restaurant or a mixed-use project where there's 600,000 people within a 30-minute drive or 2.5 million people? I mean, give me a second on that one. Come on.
Shouldn't need much time.
I mean, we're still arguing about this. It's like,
my God has mercy on your soul.
I didn't know about this. Ellen Road Loco says, unless they are Jays fans on Twitter taking shots at Chandler, who's taking shots at Chandler? I mean, even if you're a Jays fan, you have to appreciate that kind of talent, right?
Oh, JP, I saw one this morning. It had to be a Jays fan that said Chandler Simpson's nothing but a track star trying to swing a bat and play baseball. Like, literally, that's what it said.
Do your homework, bros. Do your
Cracked
homework.
me up. Cracked me up.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Lou Maggio is here. We're going to talk about the Sports Club banquet coming up and all kinds of cool stuff we got going on. Orestes is on his way. We got his Cafe Con Leche here waiting for him.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah. So
wait, coffee with milk? Is that all it is?
I got Cubanos and coffee for the last 20 minutes of this show, and Italians too. I mean, this thing is going completely off the rails. Trust me on this. You do not want to miss it. Stay with us. Jesus. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, In addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Oh, it's a studio takeover. I got Cubans, Italians, crazy people drinking coffee. Big O's settling in. Big day weekend. See, it's going to be a crazy show. I can see this coming up. The big round Cuban is here. Yes, indeed.
Cuban's here, baby.
Yeah, he is. And Lou Maggio from the Sports Club of Tampa Bay, our president.
The one and only.
Yeah, is here. He comes bearing gifts because that's
my 2 cafecitos already.
Italians never come, empty-handed. That's what I love. It's always
Never.
food or something that they bring us.
Yes.
So welcome, boys. Welcome
Hey,
to our
good
humble
good to
abode
see
here.
everybody.
Yeah, how about them?
And
Rams?
Hamon.
Yep, Timmy's here as well.
I'm here.
Hey, buddy.
So welcome, and thanks to all of our sponsors who you see below on the studio. And so Lou is here, and to talk a little bit about the Sports Club of Tampa Bay banquet we got coming up. O is here to talk about the Rays, and we got the O Show coming up at 12:15, special time today because Ken Erickson, USF softball coach, will be joining us live from the field right after practice as his Lady Bulls will be going into the regional in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Going to go beat up on them Razorbacks. What's up, Lou? How are you? What's up, Big O? How are you, guys?
Hey, shout out my boy Kenny Erickson. I love Kenny Erickson.
Yeah.
Did a great job.
Hall of Famer.
What's not to love? I
Used,
mean,
used to party with Kenny in college.
did you?
Oh, yeah. Kenny was a social affiliate of every fraternity that was on the entire campus. I was the president of Pikes, and Kenny would come to a party, and the pledge would go, "You see a brother? Damn right he's a brother. Give him a drink."
Holy cow.
He played baseball at USF.
Yeah, he sure did.
Really good
Kenny's
player.
a great guy, great coach.
Yeah.
And he's a member of the Sports Club Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
And he's
Kenny
on,
Anderson.
he's on the board for the Hall
Kenny
of Fame
Erickson.
with you.
Yes. So before we talk Rays here, Big O.
Yeah.
Um,
Big event.
yeah, we got a big event coming up June 3rd, which
June
I am
3rd, right.
honored to MC once again.
Right.
And unfortunately,
Sold out.
fortunately, sold out.
Fortunately,
Unfortunately
sold
for
out.
you
I mean,
people
there's
that
a
want to
few-
go.
You can get on a waiting list to get on there, but it's sold out.
How about that?
It's crazy.
When
crazy.
Lou Maggio takes something over,
When I do a party,
That's right.
When
that's always been the case.
now exactly. Wanted to go ahead and roast a lechon like the Cubans do
Yeah.
outside and serve
Yeah.
them, but I got to have a real buffet. If you can
Man,
roast
next
lechon
time,
for 500,
we're
for
gonna
550 people will go there. But yeah, we're inducting Jimmy Giles and John Tortorello, John Tamargo, Rick Vaughn,
Rick Vaughn,
Daryl
the
Jackson, who
great
was here
artist.
Yes.
last week,
Have Daryl Jackson
great
on.
Joe Friendland, and Chris Katanich from Tampa U.
Catnack.
Catneck.
By the time we get to the,
Sorry, Chris, I
I have
butcher
to
your
sit
name
on the
every
board,
time.
Chris, and every time we talk about you, everybody on the board just butchers your name. And
I'm
I have
sorry,
to.
Chris, man. They've been calling me Maggio for years, man. That crap doesn't go with me either.
But I will get it right.
No,
I will get it
guarantee
right.
JP
It is
will have it
Catnack,
right, but
and we will get
I
you.
mean, 65 years of boys as a sports club, and I can't get that right.
It's
as
all
a
right. Don't worry
president.
about it.
Okay.
You almost got Tortorella's name right too.
I
It's
almost
with an
did.
A, not an O.
I
It's not a
I call JP.
it's not a macaroni dish. Okay.
Not a tortellini.
JP goes, "What is this crap? You're Italian. You can't say Tortorello." And I said, "Oh yeah, something like that. Oh, whatever."
All I know is that the coffee is where's this from?
It's a place right there on
Cuban
Hillsborough.
American original.
It's a Miami place.
Is it really?
It is.
That
It's
big brown Cuban.
It's a
The big brown Cuban.
What's the guy? What's the guy on the last? He said, "What's cafecito? What's espresso?" He's drinking Red Bull. Red Bull is for sissies compared to this. Okay.
Yes,
I
Timmy.
said I wanted to. I said I wanted to mix them. I'm okay with coffee and whatever that is. I just didn't know what it was.
Whatever that
you
is.
drink a
This
Red
is not
Bull
coffee.
and one of these, you will have a heart attack.
It is not coffee.
Challenge
Different
accepted.
level.
So we have a little mixer tomorrow night too for
We have a
Tampa
little
Sports
mix. So
Club.
we have like a happy hour at the Casa Santa Stefano, and we're gonna be upstairs on the rooftop smoking some cigars and having some cocktails.
Yeah.
West Tampa Cigar Company is gonna help sponsor that. Just hanging out with the boys, and some of the Hall of Famers are gonna be there, and the great JP Peterson. Now,
Big O, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm
Come
gonna try
join
to
us.
Sneak in. Yeah.
Yeah, come on over.
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Come smoke a nice cigar with me and with the fresh air and Ybor City.
Santo Stefano.
Casa Santa Stefano.
It's absolutely a
So-
fabulous
it's
restaurant.
a part of the Columbia chain there.
Yeah.
Our boy Richard Gosbart and Casey Gosbart.
Oh, is that his?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
Casey-
Italian. Have you
Casey
not been
Ju-
there?
No.
Casey,
Oh my God, food is fantastic.
yeah,
really?
Casey Jr. is on our club. You know that. Great guy.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Awesome.
No, it's what is that? 3 years open? 3 years now. I went to the grand opening a few years ago.
A
Actually,
couple
it's more
years.
than that.
Yeah, let me
More
tell
than
you
that.
something. Before I forget, what an honor it is to be here today because you are a YouTube phenomenon.
Yeah.
My nephew Gino owns a big barbershop, West Hillsboro. It's called the Barbershop. And these guys have this YouTube video going on of you at the city council. Thing.
Like on a loop?
Huh?
Like on a loop?
On a loop. They play it. And
I
I'm
know.
thinking,
He's a big deal.
I mean, we're sitting here at the Kingmaker. I'm sitting with the king.
Oh,
and
please.
I said, and the prince, of course. I'm
Thank you.
sorry, emperor.
In Japan, I'm an
El
emperor,
Jefe, El Jefe himself. Anyway, but yeah, you did a great job, by the way. I
Well,
put it on my
I-
Facebook, and people say, "Oh, he's the best. He's the best." I say, "Yeah, all right."
I've done a lot of things in this market for many years on TV, radio, and different events. I've never done anything that's gotten a reaction like that.
Well, dude, I'm
That's
fourth
incredible.
generation Tampa, and I'm so freaking proud of you what you did, and everything you said is spot on.
But you know, it's kind of awakened like a Rays fandom that I didn't even know was there, and it's the West Tampa, and that's what I said in the speech is baseball is so ingrained in our culture here.
It's crazy.
Dramatic.
Can you imagine Tampa not having a Major League Baseball team?
I mean, you're sitting there at a what do you call it? The city council meeting, all the politicians. When I realized now, when I was a kid, very small kid, I wanted to be the mayor of Tampa. You guys know my career; that would never have worked for me. So I realized.
Yeah,
that
there's
that-
too many photos out there, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe of
my-
Washington D.C.
My
could have
closet,
been mayor.
they would have.
That one could have gone over.
Maybe of Sodom and Gomorrah, but I don't know about Tampa.
They would have had a great time emptying my closet anyway. But as far as it's just they don't understand it. And you represent the people, and this is what this town's all about.
Right.
I mean, I've coached baseball here for years, and I've seen it grow. I mean, my dad played baseball, and they've done some great things. They spent money in the Riverwalk, which is very nice.
Yep, that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I hate to tell you, as far as St. Pete, I'm going to piss you off real quick. St. Pete would be better served with a convention center.
Absolutely, and
In a
that's nothing
stadium.
bad. Yeah.
I don't.
They don't
I
need
love
baseball. They have their downtown is awesome.
Outstanding.
It's incredible.
St. Pete's amazing what they've done there. It's no longer God's waiting room.
No,
Right.
I
no,
mean,
that
it's a lot-
downtown has restaurants and I would say it's a much better downtown than Tampa's right now.
It's a much more
I like it.
flowing
No, no doubt
downtown. It's a
about
much
it.
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
but you can't have baseball down
You
there.
can't have baseball. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you put the stadium here, just like in Vegas. You'll sell out every corporate suite.
And that's where the money comes
within
from.
10 days. That's where
Yeah.
the money comes from.
Right.
I mean, and you're going to have more events coming there. People come. You said 45,000. How many people come here every year?
45 million visitors to
45
the Tampa
million
Bay
visitors.
area.
They're not going to see a baseball game.
Yeah.
My God, you had 3 shows sell out for BTS. or
Whatever the hell that
some-
is.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
hey,
I
don't be
mean,
messing with
they
my
came
Asians,
from-
man.
I mean,
You know how tight
well,
I
you would
am
know
with my
because you're in
Japanese
Japan. I mean,
and Koreans.
I
They,
mean,
You are a
support-
K-pop guy. You
I-
are really
I-
are.
I-
You are a K-pop
yeah,
guy.
O's
listen.
got that BTS T-shirt on right underneath his
K-pop.
Adidas shirt. But as far as I never heard of, but they're huge.
Massive.
They sold out 3.
Yeah.
This is like this is one of the things that we don't talk enough about. This is not just going to be a baseball park.
No,
It's good, and it's going to be a gathering spot for celebrating baseball in Tampa Bay.
Right.
And you know, these owners are very astute. and they're already tapping into the Wade Boggs, the McGriffs, the Martinez, all the people that are baseball royalty, Pinellas. They want to bring baseball back to Tampa proper. And West, what better place to do it than in West Tampa?
Unbelievable.
Right?
And you finally got ownership that actually love the town. They love the people.
Right. Yes.
They don't want to send half the games to Canada. I mean, how could you like that? I mean, this never happened because who wants to back that idiot? I'm sorry. He might have done some great things. And don't tell me he wasn't making money in St. Pete.
This is about celebrating baseball and bringing and tell. There's going to be little league tournaments. There's going to be high school tournaments. That's going to be the centerpiece for baseball in the state of Florida for a lot of different reasons.
Baseball.
Yes.
And when you talk about the association that you're with now and running, can you imagine the events that you could possibly have and group with them? And kind of expand on what you guys are doing now and building.
Leonard and George Levy started a sports club 65 years ago. I mean, back then it was only baseball, and then on Thanksgiving Day was Plant and Hillsborough High School football. They're the ones that brought the Bucks here,
right?
I mean, and when I was growing up, if I would ever believe you would have a hockey team as good as we are here, and a football team
that sold out 400 consecutive games.
When you think Tampa, I mean, my dad played ball. I remember they played ball. I coached at Jefferson, great legends, and I'm telling you, baseball is Tampa.
It is.
We have a great governor who's supporting this. I mean, they got to get behind it. There is a way to make it happen.
Absolutely.
There's no way. And
like I said, I'm going to say this, and it just came to my mind. We need a home for the sports club at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
We need a place to hang all.
I'm thinking.
We need a place to hang all our plaques, and what better place to do it in a building with people walking around? We just need a little sliver. Just need a little sliver where we can hang up all of our plaques, and we can tell the story of sports and our Hall of Famers in that building, because that's what it's going to be. It's a community asset. Right. And what sports club of Tampa Bay has a better history than ours, and all the great Hall of Famers, which I'd probably say 65% of them are attached to baseball in some way.
Right.
I mean, we start rolling through all of our Hall of Famers.
Go on our website. You're going to see the guys that are in our Hall of Fame, Al Lopez, Steve Garvey. Chamberlain High School, and not just them, but the Pop Questas of the world. The guys that have Lusos, the Permuis, they're right there, man. I'm just telling you,
it's great history.
And I look at this and I watched some of the city councilmen's discussion, and I'm going, who voted for you,
Charlie?
Anyway, I'm sorry, and I like these guys. They're friends of mine. And I'm going. What a minute! I mean,
we got to get Charlie on board.
Did you not drink your cafecito this morning in West Tampa?
He drinks his cafecito. He just thinks he looks at things differently, and I get part of Charlie. A lot of Charlie.
Talk about Charlie Miranda, City Council.
City Council of that, and predominantly, not predominantly, specifically of that area.
Right.
That's the area where we're talking about. Charlie, quote unquote, governs. Right.
Right.
Or represents. That's a better word. He's controversial, but I think knowing him for as long as I've known him, I think he's trying to be somewhat protective of the monies.
Yes,
but there's a point in time where you can't sit on the money or you're not going to grow. And this town is growing by leaps and bounds. And when I say this town, it's Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So this is a Tampa Bay endeavor. And I think that a lot of people need to understand that this will grow exponentially everywhere.
Absolutely.
And downtown St. Pete will benefit.
Yep.
The beaches will benefit.
Yep.
Waterside will benefit. The Bucks will benefit because they'll do their own, deal too in the coming years. And it'll make this, one of the destinations of the United States of America.
No doubt.
That's what this thing has the potential to do.
I mean, you got to throw the dice, and it's not even it's not a gamble. I hate to tell you.
I would just.
Well, I mean, I beg to differ in the sense, Lou, that
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So exponentially, monies have just gone crazy, including the making thereof, because just the Rays just a decade plus ago were worth $650 million by Forbes. Okay, back in the 2015.
Yep.
And they went up to they raised their value by $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right? So
$1.7 billion.
$1.7 billion. So they, the money's there, but then again, what was the Bucs Stadium built for? Less than 200 million.
168 million.
168 million.
So Ray J was built.
So the reason that I beg to differ is because it's a lot of money, and you do need certain things. Because let's remember 08, 10, 11, and what happened there. So we have to kind of play off of the potential of certain things going a little bit sideways. But if it's run right, if it's done right, baseball's not going away. Right? Football's not going away. People buying stuff is not going away. You just have to, propose it properly and make sure that the monies are committed properly and nobody's putting, $20 million in their pocket.
That's true. Look at the growth of this city. I mean,
like some of the Doge issues and some of the things that and some of the state of Florida. I mean, you just look overwhelmingly in the state of Florida.
There's a lot of fraud and waste.
There was a lot of fraud. There is a lot. Not was.
At least we'll be able to look at a stadium and say, well, that's where my money went.
and the surrounding areas and the things that come of it. So it should, create.
Look at the traffic. I mean, tell me this town is not growing. Traffic drives me crazy. I'm sorry. Everybody's
and it's only going to get more complicated.
It gets complicated. But the point being is there's so much, like I said, it shows people are coming here. There's so many. Florida's a great place.
That's
to live.
the key.
Let's face it.
That's
a great place
to
live.
But again, it's about progress, and I've said this a million times. So we have people coming in and out, but we now have real legitimate talk about light rail. Why? Because of a stadium complex.
Correct.
We have baseball instead of you never had. Should we have light rail go to Raymond James Stadium for 15, 20 weekends a year? No. Oh, now you have 81 baseball games and another 75 events that are going to happen in this stadium. So now we're talking about 150 nights where we need mass transit. Now it makes that stuff way more doable. Everything grows. So the people are like, we got to figure out a way to figure out the traffic. Well, there you go. If we build this and we get light rail, that takes care of a lot of the traffic issues.
Correct. Look at the jobs that'll be generated.
Yes, jobs.
Different businesses opening up here, and it's huge. That's what it's all about. And like I said, I understand they're being cautious, and let's face it, one of the great sports person to help build. I mean, where the Yankees are at, right there in the corner. Let's face it, George Steinbrenner was one of the best. One of the best guys ever for the help of Tampa grow in sports. And I don't think it's going to hurt them.
It wraps back to USF and all the things that he did for USF.
Absolutely.
So and he saw the growth. He was a visionary, always had been. He saw the vision of how to grow the Yankees. He saw the vision of how to help Tampa. We have a lot to be thankful for having the Steinbrenner family in and around Tampa Bay.
George made a statement one time to a friend of mine, and no one ever told me this. I mean, he told me this. He said, a good deed's only a good deed if two people knows about it. And George has done more things in this town, than anyone will ever know.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Before we finish this show, give me some Rays baseball on the field, partner.
Listen, and I know we're rounding it off, and we're going to be, jumping right back into the Big O show and talking predominantly baseball and softball. Oh, by the way, because that's a great, great sport. But the things that watching that game last night, it's a microcosm of what this season has been for the Rays. It really is. Number one, I think they are the most exciting, fun to watch team. Two teams for me have stood out this year that are fun to watch. And then, like, when I tune onto their games, I'm like, yeah, this is a fun team to watch. Them and the Cubs.
Yeah.
Cubs are a dynamic team. Not even hit their full gait offensively because they haven't, but they're slashing. They're exciting. They're one of the best defenses in all of baseball, definitely in the National League. Their pitching's on point. The Rays are doing the same thing now. Now their pitching is going to come and caught up to their base running and aggressiveness. But what are we getting from their starters? What are we getting from the bullpen? We're not even talking enough about the bullpen.
Yeah, 1.2 ERA in this 17.
What Brian Baker has done. Brian Baker leads the American League in saves right now.
I did not know that.
With 11 saves. The only guy that has more saves than him is the greatest reliever in the world right now, Mason Miller for the San Diego Padres. Unhittable, right? Barely, questionably unhittable. It's given up, I think, 2 runs, maybe 1, I think. But regardless, Brian Baker has come out of the blue and just, stud. The combination, the only thing that they're lacking is power, true throughout the lineup power, because it's only really the tremendous trio, as I call it. And really, it's Yandy and Aranda when you're talking about hitting jacks. Excuse me, Yandy, Junior and Aranda. Yandy will pop some, but Yandy's just an incredible wrist hitter. He's an incredible hitter all around. And then there's Chandler Simpson. The game yesterday was again a microcosm of what this guy can do, and also with Aranda. One other thing I'll say about Aranda, we'll talk about it. When he went into a concerted effort and he said in Spanish, because I heard the interview and then it was translated by Vera, I'm going to go back up the middle. Look at everything he's hit in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Has been right center, left center, center field. Yesterday, he flicks a single broken bat right over the shortstop's head. He hits a sacrifice fly to left center, hits a home run to center field. He hits a base hit up the middle. The guy is just on a machine right now, same way this Yandy hits. And then you have the incredible Chandler. So it's on all cylinders. Drew Rasmussen struggled a little bit, not a whole lot, early on. But one thing I was happy to see yesterday for him, he got to 100 pitches comfortably, 6 innings, quality start. Oh, by the way, the Rays had not given up more than 4 runs in 16 consecutive games. That's incredible.
Unbelievable.
He hasn't given up a home run in 46 consecutive 4 runs or more in 46 consecutive starts. So that's a team record. He's pitching like an ace and an all-star, no doubt about it. So the team is getting a little bit of everything. If I had one wishful think, would be that one, big other bopper somewhere in there. And then the 2 guys that should be the guys doing that haven't really done it. That's Fraley and Mullins. Fraley had a nice double yesterday, but they haven't lofted the ball yet really consistently. That, maybe that's coming, but that's the only thing they're missing is that other.
There's room to grow.
There's room to grow.
Yeah.
27, in 13, best 40-game start in the history of the Rays.
That's pretty good.
What?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So this is a team to reckon with because we talked about it last week. Lou, they don't have a whole lot of holes. When you look at a team that's playing that well, but maybe they're dominating by one particular thing, they're hitting a bunch of 3-run homers, and they got a couple of, hammer starters. They're winning by so many different ways that usually that doesn't go in a slump. For example, the Yanks who were winning the way I just after mentioned,
right.
Big bopping and just knocking people down like bullies. All of a sudden, that kind of went away a little bit. Now, all of a sudden, they've lost 4 straight. So, in 1-run games, what did I say in spring training? What this team was going to be about.
Yep. 1-run games.
1-run games being on the other side of
defense,
pitching and defense. I think they're the better team than the Yankees when it comes
more sustainable
to the 1-run games. Well, the Yankees will knock you around when they're hot.
Right.
They'll knock you around.
It's a great group. What great game last night. You could feel the energy of those young guys together.
You know what you could feel last night watching? How pissed off the Toronto Blue Jays are that they can't seem to get over on this team early in the season right now. Yeah. They've lost 4 straight against them.
Well, they got spanked.
They
plunked Aranda right in the ribs or the back.
Yeah. They're pissed. And they're the defending AL champs and almost a World Series, team. And they're limping, obviously. There's many important guys hurt. Some guys aren't really taking off yet. Guerrero hasn't really taken off. He's not struggling because he's hitting over 300, but he's not lifting balls right now. Yeah. And so they're hurting, but I could just see them, having been a ball player, that they are pissed that they're getting beat by this team, getting beat up, getting 1-run gamed, getting out pitched, all the different, nucleuses of losing. That's when you really get pissed. Because I've been there where a team just gets, 12, 14 hits every game. You're like,
I love it.
Like the Lakers in Oklahoma City.
The Rays have got the dog, man.
Yeah, it's like the Lakers in Oklahoma City. You just go, shit. Because we can't hang with them.
Yeah.
But when you're losing 1-run games, open games, the close ones, that error, a balk, you just get really pissed when you're good. And that's the Toronto Blue Jays right now.
All right, we're going to talk lots more about that coming up on the Big O Show. And we're going to start right around 12:15, 12:20. Big Lou, thanks for coming in, brother.
Oh, man,
The
Sports
one
Club
and
at TampaBay.org. Sports Club at TampaBay.org. Did I get that right? Get on the wait list.
Can we have one show one time where Lou comes in and he just tells the stories from the past?
Yeah.
JP Peterson X-rated
with pictures.
JP
With
Peterson
pictures.
X-rated.
Yeah.
Yes, with pictures.
I spent
That'll be
12
for the,
years at Catholic school. My gosh.
When we have our
Don't take my diploma back. No.
when we have our subscription service.
Yeah, right,
Yes.
right.
So you'll have to pay for that
Pay
one.
to watch Lou tell stories.
That's on my hidden file on my iPhone. No.
The Playboy Mansion, Chapter 2. Here we go. All right, have a great day, everybody. We're coming right back at you. 12:15, 12:20. Ken Erickson's going to join us. USF softball heading to the regionals. Thanks to all of you who commented today. Appreciate you. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Kenny, you're a great guy.